Hi, my name is Steve Welch. I'm running for United States Senate here in Pennsylvania. My background's a little bit different than most that run for Senate. Grew up in Chester County, where later went to Penn State, where I have an engineering degree. A couple years out of school, started a company called Mitos, and what we did at Mitos was we manufactured the back-end systems that are used to make a lot of the vaccines and biological drugs that are in the marketplace today. Didn't know any better as a 23-year-old engineering student, so I bootstrapped that business over about a decade, turned it into a global business. After I sold it, that business is still in Phoenixville. It's under Parker Life Sciences now. It's doing very well. It's one of the bigger employers in Phoenixville. After I sold it, I realized at my heart I'm an engineering geek. So I wanted to help others do what I had done, which is build a business from scratch. So I got together with a couple of other entrepreneurs and built a business called Dream It Ventures. And at Dream It, what we do is we help entrepreneurs take an idea on a napkin in a very short, intense period of time, help them take that idea and turn it into a viable business. And in the last 4 years alone, we've turned out 64 companies from that program, been featured in Wall Street Journal, Forbes is kind of a new model for American innovation. I've also spent a year as an Eisenhower Fellow, where really took that time, most of that time in Asia, to understand and study economic development around the globe. And it's really these last two experiences are the reason I've gotten involved in politics. I think right now we have a government that is just making us uncompetitive in a global economy, while at the same time we are piling massive amounts of debt on every man, woman, and child in this country. And as the father of 3 young children, I just can't sit around and watch us continue to go down this path. So that's why I'm running for the United States Senate. I think it's time we send people to Washington that have done something other than run for office. I think we need people that understand manufacturing and understand business from the ground up. And I think I fit that bill and have something unique to offer the United States Senate. If elected, my top priority is to make America competitive again. I will tell you, I've been in manufacturing plants across the globe. And as you travel across Pennsylvania, it's interesting, you have people, there's an anxiety out there about India and China right now, and I will tell you, it is hogwash. America is still the most productive. We are still the most innovative society in the world. Nothing even comes close. However, we do have a government that is, in so many different ways, pricing us out of the marketplace through the hidden tax and regulation. In so many different ways, they're making American companies uncompetitive. We simply have too many people now that are adhering to government regulations. For example, we now have entire departments of companies that are really focused on adhering to government regulations. You have a tax code that is taller than my daughter, and now you have entire companies of lawyers and accountants just figuring out who owes what taxes. There's no value creation from this. This is purely value manipulation. We need to simplify our government, return decision-making to the states, the local communities, and to our businesses, and that will allow us to spur economic growth that's needed. So that's why I'm running. I think that in so many different ways we have a government that is making U.S. businesses less competitive, and I believe in the American people. I believe in the American entrepreneurial spirit, in which entrepreneurs can use their God-given talents and their creativity to create products and services that people need, and that's what spurs economic growth. That's what increases the standard of living of all Americans. And what hurts economic growth, what decreases the standard of living, is when you have a Washington, a top-down approach to the economy where Washington makes decisions for everybody. That's a failed model across the globe, and unless we change course here very soon, we will have the same fate as other economies that have tried to have a top-down approach. If you like what you hear and want to get involved, please visit welchforpa.com. That's WELCHFORPA.com. We're going to have a lot of fun in this campaign and make sure that we replace both Mr. Casey and Mr. Obama in Pennsylvania in 2012. Thanks very much.